Welcome to 1% Beyond the Game. This is my new podcast where I'll be speaking with athletes of a professional level, semi-professional level, pretty much just about their career as a whole. Ideally, I want to see how it differentiates between a professional player and a semi-professional player. I also want to speak about their mental health because I know a lot of athletes don't normally speak about their mental health when it comes to their sporting environment. So here, it's a safe space. It's a place for you to speak about everything that's happened. It's a chance for you just to open up a bit and speak to someone about how certain things affected you, how you were after the event or the occasion, should I say. And that's pretty much the brand. The brand itself is to improve mental health, to be the best version of yourself as an individual, and that's why we're here with the podcast. My name is Casey Nolan Samuels. I am the owner of 1% League. Website is 1percentleague.com. Buy all merch from website. You can buy hoodies, hats, t-shirts, whatever. I've got it. So a bit about myself. So I play football. I've been playing football for years. Football's been my main sport that I love. I've got multiple teams that I coach. I do one-to-ones. I do coaching. I love it pretty much. Football's always been something to me that I don't know what I do about it. There's been times where I've been upset about stuff. I've been worrying about other stuff outside, and football's the one thing that just always clears my mind. And as a young kid, I think a lot of the time you always want to go pro. That's the whole thing. As I've got older, I enjoy playing football at semi-professional level. I can play football semi-pro. I can work my normal life outside of football. I am a teacher at a school. But as a whole, as I said, it is something I love. I wouldn't change it for anything, and that's been me. So, my first guest of my podcast, it was only right to bring someone down that I've known for most of my life. I've got a massive rivalry against him throughout years. We played for so many different teams, both of us. Played against him, played with him, played, you name it, I've done it, all right? He is one of my close friends as well. We've been friends outside of football. We've done so much together. We've gone here, there, we've gone parties, we've gone literally anywhere. And his name is Helio, but full name, Helio Manuel Agostinho. No problem at all, man. Helio, this is obviously one of my closest friends. I was gonna do I'll do the introduction, but I think it's been better if it comes from you. Mm-hmm. So, just to give people kind of an idea of who you are, obviously know your full name. Hobbies?
So my hobbies are currently gym, going running, watching anime, and just watching Arsenal play football.
Anime, same. What anime?
Well, I'm not your conventional anime fan because people say the sort of animes that I watch are like too mainstream or not enough mainstream. So like, I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan, thanks to my older cousin who used to force it on me. So yeah, my love for Dragon Ball Z grew from there. It was kind of the only one that I watched because, you know, during school time, it was kind of a nerd to watch anime. And I was more of like one of the more popular guys. So I didn't really want to be seen doing all of that. But I'd say from when COVID came, I got into Baki. I don't know if you...
Yeah, Baki Hanma.
Yeah, Baki Hanma. So I just started banging out. I think raw. I
Yeah,
could punch
Baki.
my man up, you know.
Baki's good, you know. Baki's good.
Yeah, since then, so that's what I enjoy doing.
Yeah, man. All right. Let's talk about your sporting environment. So, obviously, I've said we play football against each other for many years. Clubs you've been at? What non-league clubs you've been at over the last couple of years?
Yeah, so I spent 2 years as an under-18 at Enfield Town.
Yeah, I remember that.
After Enfield Town, I went to uni up in Nottingham. So whilst I was in Nottingham, I was playing for a team called West Bridgeford, as well as playing for the uni's first and second team.
Yep.
Came back to London after lockdown, went into Leatherhead under 21s.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I took a bit of a break. And then around the 22 to 23 season, I went to Sawbridgeworth. and then that's really been about it. And then I took another break from football just because personal stuff like getting in the way. And then this past season, so this current season, I was playing for a team up in Hertfordshire. I even forgot the name because it was like such an irrelevant club. But but however, in my youth, I played for. So when I grew up in Manchester, I played for like some six-a-side team.
Yeah.
I forgot what the actual name was, but I grew up in an area in Manchester called Gorton. So it would have been called Gorton something.
Yeah, haven't heard that.
And then I came over to London. I played for my school team. So I was in year 4, but I was playing with the year 6s because there was like 3 of us that were good enough to play for the year 6 team. And then from a school tournament playing for the year 6 team, I got top scorer.
Okay.
I still have it at home, the award.
Trophy,
as well.
Yeah.
I got top scorer. And then I got scouted for AC Finchley and a team called Hadley Wood Herons.
Yeah.
I really wanted to go to Hadley Wood Herons because one of my primary school best friends, he was playing for that team and he was the main guy.
Yeah.
However, at the time, in terms of the distance, obviously we were still young. I couldn't go training by myself. It was my parents that were taking me. So they kind of made the decision to go for the closer team. So at the time, I went for AC Finchley, where I absolutely single-handed... I wouldn't say I was the best player on the team. We had these 2 guys that I would say, in terms of natural talent, were better than me. In terms of like, when you're young, you kind of know who the best players are. But when it came to playing in the big games, you know who the big... Like, without sounding too big-headed, you know who the guy was that's going to get the team by the scruff of the neck, score the goals and all that kind of thing. And then playing for AC Finchley was also the first 2 years were some of my best 2 years in football. So it was the first time that I'd been scouted for a professional club. I also got picked up for the district team because I was doing well for my school team as well. So because I was doing well for the school team, I was doing well for the Sunday team, it kind of just became a thing where the coach was going around apparently. Don't know how true that is, but there was a coach going around. He picked a few guys. So we had a very good district team with some good players. Players that I thought at the time were definitely good enough to go pro. But for one reason or another, not everyone obviously can make it. After AC Finchley, without sounding disrespectful, it got to a point where I kind of outgrew the club in terms of... So we was in the 2nd division. All my friends that were playing for district were playing in the divisions that were the top ones. So at the time, it was Watford Friendly League. Everyone else was playing in the red division, which was the highest division, whereas we was playing in the white. So to go from playing with those caliber of boys to then go back to playing with the caliber of boys like that with AC Finchley was different. Not to say that the AC Finchley boys were bad. They were still very good.
Yeah, they were.
It's just that the boys above in the red division were another different level above.
Yeah.
So I had then the option to go to a team called Whetstone Wanderers, the Pumas. At the time, they had these 2 coaches called Gary Lamb,
Gary Lamb's senior and junior.
Yeah, those 2 guys. Yeah,
got a lot of respect for them
because we had 3 players on the district team that were playing for that team.
Yeah,
their parents were kind of egging them on. Listen, like, we've got this boy here called Helio. He's fast. He's actually being looked at by 1 or 2 professional clubs. So why don't we bring him in? Because they were losing one of their star players. So that star player was a proper player. Like when I mean player, like I'll even say his name. So he went to
initials LC.
LC, yeah. So in secondary school, if you know who LC is, in secondary school, when you were playing his school, they had these 3-4 players, but he was the one that you knew when he was playing in school. It was like, alright, cool. How much can we lose by today where it's not embarrassing?
He was the player.
Just that good. And then obviously he got a bit ill and then he couldn't quite make it. I always felt bad. But yeah, he's someone I genuinely think he would be playing at least in League One right now. Because he weren't a thing where he was just good. He was actually very head screw on and determined. Yeah. So that's why I think out of everyone he would have gone quite far. So again, with that one, there was also the distance issue. Even though I was going training by myself, my mum didn't like me going that far. So then I had to pick a team from the Mid Hearts division, which was the top division at the time as well. their coach was at one of my games, and he was like, why don't you come in? And I would say that I kind of started like a football love affair with him, which if I could go back in time, honestly, I never would have gone to that team. It was good for me in terms of my career, but I never would have gone there, simply because I would say from secondary school to maybe year 12, so like first year of sixth form, I would say the level of football that I was at was very high. I'm not saying that I would have gone pro, but I would definitely had a better chance of going pro, or at least playing at a much higher level than what I've currently played in these last couple years or so. So I went to this team in Edmonton called Norseman.
Yeah.
And at the time that I went to Norseman, I had just come off trial with Preston North End. So like my head was like in a whole different headspace. Like, I was proper doing like everything as professional as possible, because like, not that they had fed me dreams, but it was one of those that was like, listen, like, we don't think you're quite fit for the team right now, but obviously you've been good enough to clearly make it this far. We're gonna keep an eye out on you.
Let me ask you about that. So, being on trial for Preston, not getting the trial, and then going back to Sunday League to play for Norseman. Obviously, you're at a point now where in your head you kind of made it because you've gone to Preston, and then you've had to now lower your standards back down again to go and play Sunday League. Mentally, how was that for you? And obviously, because you were quite young back then, no? So what was it like mentally for you to deal with, in a sense of like, because I know back then it would have been like telling all the friends, yeah man, I'm on trial here and there, and then you got to tell them, I'm back playing Sunday League.
At the time when they told me that I wasn't gonna get offered nothing, obviously they bring me into an office and have like a little chat with me. At the time, I wasn't actually disheartened because I was in my head I was like, these guys should have signed me. I'm better than everyone here. Like, I think it's a thing where, especially in London, a lot of the ballers, they go up north and they think, we're better than everyone up north because we're from London. And I guess I had that kind of attitude. And so yeah, in my head I was like, you know what? I'm going to be able to get another trial. And obviously the guy that had taken me to Preston, his name was Philip Wint.
Okay.
He had given me a whole list of clubs that these are clubs that I can take you at.
Yeah.
So after Preston, midway through that season, he was like, if you put it in the performances, you don't necessarily have to score bare goals. Just put in the performances, and I'll be coming to watch. And it just happened to be that in one of the games where, in my opinion, I didn't even play that good, but I scored a worldie of a free kick. And funny enough, he had come late to that game. And when I scored that free kick, it was the last 20 minutes of the game. So from when I scored that free kick, my adrenaline was up. So I was like proper balling out. He was like, yeah, Helio still got it. So then after that, I've gone on trial now to France in February of 2016 during our GCSE years. So I was there for about 2-3 weeks. With Paris FC.
Okay, yeah.
And they were a second division. I don't know where they are now, but they were at the time. They was a second division club. Yeah. And ballers. Absolute ballers.
So over there, it's different as well. Here, like
it's a different level of tech. But I loved it out there in terms of like the boys were really friendly. They knew I couldn't speak French, but they always tried their hardest to like make sure that I was included in everything they were doing. So like I was placed up in like it was basically digs. It was like a hotel, but it was kind of digs because like, all the players were staying in that hotel as well. And some of them were there permanently. So it was a thing whenever they were doing something, they would include me. So like that I really loved as well. I remember we went to watch a PSG youth game, and that was the first time that I'd seen this player called, I think his name was Adil Ouashish. Might be the techiest guy I've ever seen close up. Never seen anyone as techie as him. I think even now he might be at Sunderland now.
Them players just sit back and you're like...
Yeah, because he went from PSG, he went to Saint Etienne. They got relegated, and I think he came Sunderland or something like that. Not too sure, but yeah, one of the best players I've ever seen, like up close and that kind of stuff. So after I didn't get into that club, that's when I started to think started panicking.
Something, yeah.
I started thinking I thought after I got 16, I'm gonna get a pro contract or at least a scholarship. Because as well, back then there was a shift, there was a mentality thing where if at 16 you're not at a pro club, you're never gonna make it.
I remember that. That was that time period of
It was
time
that
where it
period
was
of
like,
time as well where we knew nothing about non-league. To me, non-league was just glorified Sunday league.
yeah.
That's how I looked at it at the time. Obviously, as the years went on, I actually started to learn like, oh, okay, there's step 1, there's step 2, 3, and 4, and then you can actually, if you're good enough, still get picked up, as we've seen with loads of players.
So many people have done it. Yeah.
In the past. But then my coach that I had at Norseman, the one where me and him, I would say we're all right now, but like, we kind of clashed heads in my second year because he also got the job at Enfield Town because he had done a decent job with Norseman.
Got you.
So he managed to get the job at Enfield Town, and it was like the first year they were having, because they had a Sunday league side but didn't have a semi-pro elite side. So like he took 4 of us to the semi-pro side, and that first year team that we had was elite.
Good team.
Like, I'm showing you, we would have been smashing academies.
Yeah.
No word of a lie. I don't mean to discredit anyone, but we would have been smashing defo League 2 academies and stuff. That's how good we were. And over there, I had a positional change, so I don't know if you got it at the start when I said I was top scorer. But so by then I'd kind of been pushed back. So it was like obviously like everyone's growing, puberty's coming in, so people start getting different strengths. I've always been a guy that's like had very good fitness levels. Like I would always be top 3
you've been fit for
in
years,
anything in terms of bleep test, all that kind of stuff. So he came to me with a proposition where I was like, listen, like you just come off 2 professional trials in the last 2-3 years and you've not gotten in. Because I'd shown him the feedback that I'd gotten, and then he was like, why don't you consider playing as a fullback? I was like, yeah, why not? And then so pre-season I was playing fullback, I was playing right wing, which I did feel more comfortable with. And then the first game of the season, I will never forget this game because I've got the videos at home. So it was the first game of the season. I think we had played Hayes and Yedin and we lost 3-1. I was meant to start at right midfield that game, but the guy that was playing left back, he pulled out because he was sick. So because I was quite versatile, he was like, oh, Helio. And I was always a team player. I'll play wherever the manager needs me. Even now. He goes, oh, I'm going to ask you to do a big favour. I was like, don't worry, I already knew you were going to come to me. I've been ready. If I could go back in time, I would have kept my mouth shut and not done it. I got absolutely skinned. Like, skinned. Oh, my. And the worst thing about it was we had invited... So there was me and one of my other close mates, obviously you know him as well, Millie. We've invited our friends from school, the local area, all to come and watch. So some of them knew ball, but not all of them knew ball. They were just happy to see me and him both starting the game at that was the first time we played at a stadium.
For them it's a big thing, like big ups, the man.
So first 5 minutes, back then I went best with my left foot. So obviously, even though it's just on the other side, you still have that awkwardness of when you receive the ball. So it was a thing where it was like, I think the first time I went to receive the ball, they clocked straight away I wasn't a natural left back. So then I became the thing you don't want to become.
On his touch.
So as soon as the ball came onto my left foot, they were like, yeah, press him straight because he doesn't want it. The first 3 times I was comfortable. But then they've moved the winger from the other side. They're like, yeah, feed off him.
That's the problem, man.
This guy, taller than me, bigger than me, stronger than me. He wasn't faster than me, so I thought, let me try and take him line to try and beat him. This guy just shifted on his other foot, took it back out again, and I've dropped. And there's a picture of me as well. I'm on the floor and I'm looking back at him. I'm on my knees, and he's just running. Bang, bottom corner. People are looking at me like, and I'm there like, who was supposed to mark him? He was marking.
Them ones you got to ask someone else.
I'm thinking,
I've been cooked and that you should have done that.
And then there was a corner came in. I've given away the corner, and I shouldn't have given away the corner. I should have taken out for throwing, but like I thought because I'd won the challenge, it was a good thing. They've scored a header from a corner, but the ball has come directly at me, and I've kind of moved out the way. And it's like if I just stood there, I would have obviously blocked the goal. And then I knew, I gave away the corner. I moved from the ball. I knew straight away I was getting subbed off.
Done.
Luckily, I don't know how it even happened, but the ball didn't go out of play for like 10, 15 minutes. I didn't even touch the ball for 15 minutes. I was just running around. And then, luckily for me, we had a good bunch of second years that they had clearly saw. They knew I was a good player, but they clearly saw I was struggling. They were like, nah, let's help out Helio, blah, blah, blah. So I was getting a lot of help in the final 15 minutes to defend the guy. As soon as the half ended, the manager gave me a bollocking. And this guy, if you know this manager, he's a proper neek. So for him to give me a bollocking, it just showed how bad I'd actually played and how angry he was. But at the same time, I was angry as well because I obviously I had high standards for myself. But it was a thing as well. He should have taken into account I'm playing in a position I've never played in. It was only that pre-season that I'd even learned to become a fullback in the first place. So the first game of the season to play at that high level where you're playing against guys that have obviously been released from academies and been on trial themselves and they're staying in that position as well. To play against basically a Sunday League guy at the time was horrid. He didn't take that into account. So for the next 4 or 5 games I was dropped, and that was the first time where I started to kind of doubt my ability in football, where I've always been one of the better players on the team, one of the star players. You're coming training, and luckily I had my leader who was at the time he was starting quite a few games at centre back. I think if he wasn't there, I would have been last pick for loads of stuff. Like obviously with him being there, I always had a partner to do, like, you know, when you partner up. Because like even though the guys knew I was a good player, they in the back of the head they were just thinking, oh, Helio cost us that game. Even though after that game we had won 5 on the spin. 5 on the spin with not me being on the squad. One game where I wasn't subbed in, and then but then obviously the right back, he was a very good right back as well. He got injured. I was the only one available to play. Then I took my chance, and then from there I kept my place in the team. I wouldn't say I was the first choice right back, but I got a lot of games for someone that wasn't initially the first choice. So like I enjoyed, and then that season as well, we won the double. And then I would say I had my highlight moment when this team from India came over. So I was chosen to captain the side, and those guys, they weren't the greatest, but they was a side that was training every day, so they would have been at least semi-decent. So yeah, I got chosen to captain the side. I remember that game so well. I scored 2 goals, made 3 assists, and I wore number 10 shirt as well, which is
a big performance.
It was my lucky number. I still have the pictures. I still have the picture at home, and then so I was thinking like, now that the second year right back has gone, I thought, now I'm going to be the first choice right back. I've gone on my holiday. They've had the pre-season. I've been in constant communication with the manager. So he knows, don't worry, like, you're my first choice right back. It's going to be you. I've got another guy here that's playing the games, but it will be you.
Can I ask you, you obviously had highs in football, you had lows in football. Your lowest part in football, what was it for you, would you say?
It was definitely getting dropped for the FA Youth Cup. I'd put it higher than going on trial and not getting in.
Big time.
Yeah.
Why?
Because when you go on trial, in the back of your head, there's always the chance that you're not going to get in because you're there on trial. You're not there because you're not there to sign anything. You're just there on trial. So it's always going to be a 50-50. But when you're already part of the club, you've been prepping all week for it, doing training and all that for it. To then not even be told by the gaffer himself, but by a player that you've been dropped. That had killed me, especially because like I already had doubts with football as well. Like I weren't really playing much that season anyway. And as a young guy, you're not like as a young boy, you're very emotional, but you're taught not to show it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a thing where it's like, well, what do I do, kind of thing. So football was your escape, especially with like A levels that year as well. It was a very stressful year.
Going back to taught not to show it, was that something your dad implemented?
Um, it's kind of a 50-50 because there's the whole stigma of how African parents or ethnic parents are not good with mental health and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But with conversations I've had with my parents, they try to understand.
Mm.
So I think if I had come to my parents and been like, yeah, this is how I'm feeling, they would have helped me, or I could have gone to one of my uncles, especially because at the time my dad had taken up a job offer to live in Angola, so it was just me and my mum, so I didn't really have that.
It was tough.
So I didn't really have that male figure in my life because my uncles all lived far. I had my uncles, but they all lived far away, and so it was like there was really no one to talk to about football, so it was hard. But so yeah, it was quite hard.
I think I totally understand what you said as well, because I feel like if I look at certain things, when you're talking about the stigma of certain things, I agree with that, because it's like I feel like we're told to be strong, told to not cry, told to be a man is the word. But I think being a man in a sense, you can be emotional, and I feel like showing your emotions doesn't actually mean you're weak. Doesn't mean 100%. You're seen as kind of unfit to be a man. It's just actually showing what you feel inside. Because a lot of the time we hold so much in, and I think we take the load just to ourselves. We could really spread it out to other people, and I think it's just finding the balance in times where you want to just hold it in, or times you've got someone to trust to. Like you said, like if your dad was close at the time, not living away, you would have called him up. You would have just sat down with him, had a conversation, and been like, listen, this happened, I got dropped, I feel like this. Like, can we just have a talk? Can we have a chat? 100%. For last question of the day. Now, mentally, footballing wise, I know obviously you're in and out of playing, you're trying to get back in for next season. How are you doing now mentally, in the sense of, I know it's probably been years since the FA Youth Cup stuff. I know it's been years since you've been injured for a while, you've taken time out of football. Where are you at now?
I'd say in terms of football and mentally, I'm in the best space that I could ever be. In terms of like, you know, my life is just great, innit? Like, got a great partner, got a good job, got good people around me like yourself, Brian, David, and all those guys. So it's like, I know as well for a fact if I was struggling with something football related, I could easily speak to one of you guys. And one thing as well is I don't let football define me. It's more of like, if that club don't want me, okay, I'll go to the next one. There's hundreds of clubs in and around the south of England that I could easily go to. And it's a thing where it's like going into games now, I know how to handle myself better. If I'm having a bad performance, I'm a bit more experienced to know like, cool, he keeps doing this, let me just do this one time and it will pattern me up for the rest of the game. So when I do go back into football, which I definitely will be in the summer, I've already spoken to a few clubs. Hopefully we can sort something out. Yeah, I know, especially the way I take care of my body now, I know if I can, because when you've got ability, you don't lose it. You can lose a few stuff, but the ability that you actually have, you're never gonna lose that, because it's kind of a thing where between the ages of like, I'd say 10 to 17, I'd say 16, 17, my name was always ringing in terms of like football, Helio, yeah. But obviously after a few setbacks, it was kind of like, nah. Plus, everyone develops at a different pace. But I know that if I can set myself up nicely, it will be a thing where I think I could climb back up to a decent level. Like, not saying go pro, but definitely a decent level where, play for fun, big crowds, and that kind of thing.
All right. Well, listen. Thank you again for coming down today. Really appreciate it. This is 1%, and we are out.